Hello, I'm Dynast Amir.
Alright, headed to Senegal, y'all. Go ahead. How heavy y'all be? Headed to Senegal, to Dakar, leaving Sierra Leone. We should be landing in Dakar in about 2.5 hours because we have a short layover in Banjul. So we are on our way.
Mesdames et messieurs, pour les raisons de sécurité, nous allons réduire l'intensité de la lumière cabine. Veuillez éviter de se faire.
With a kaftan.
How do I set kiwi in my yeah, I'm about to go get me a hot top for this
Okay.
this wedding tonight.
Okay.
A great equation, you know, in the sense that, you know, even the travel time and the on a person going from here to you know, what's it, 3.5 hours?
Right.
Well, it used to be 5.
4 to 5 hours.
Well, yeah, it used to be 5 hours.
Right. We used to have to take
And it was
surface streets.
right, and it was like bumpy dirt
Potholes, right,
roads.
right.
Whereas
Whole
now
bunch
it's
of detours
yeah.
off into the villages.
Yeah.
Man, it used to be miserable.
So that just it just makes it convenient to say, okay, let's get commerce going.
Right.
You know,
Now
and
you
then
got
now you got an
highway
interest of other
almost all the way
investors.
there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And even those highways, you know, they're businesses.
Yeah.
You know, we look at a highway, we think, oh, it's just a road. The government got to give us roads. But those highways are businesses.
So the payoffs is there.
Yeah,
It's like,
payoffs.
you gotta make money on
They
it.
can make money.
And, you know, there's even on. I started noticing when we went last time. What was that, Monday?
Mhm.
We went out there. I was looking. I was riding a taxi, and we took this little off road. But I was looking at some of the little towns that they have, like whatever, something like that. Whatever, they had like three different little towns.
Mhm.
And each one of those towns, they had their own little bustling market going on. And then there was the developing part of it. So there was like the old school bustling version of it, like we just came from
Downtown.
like Senegal or whatever we just came from.
Right.
You said this is the real market, and it was just being torn down and being replaced by the new. So you see that development,
Upgrades.
the upgrades, yeah.
That's happening in a lot of places because now what's happening is all those old structures, you know, they're not no good. You know, like we were just talking about this mobile kebe, you know, it's having mold. You know, the cement is all cracked. Sometimes the foundation is starting to give. So really, what you're finding right now in development, everybody's modernizing.
Right.
It's just like we were talking about that house across from the office. Because that house, the face of that house used to be kind of plain and old school. And now they came through and refaced it with the tile, with the stainless steel piping, with the lights. So that's what you see a lot of people doing now. As you ride through Dakar, you see a lot of buildings that are actually old, but now they turned their face into a whole new modern style. Right. More glass windows, bigger windows. You know, even nicer materials. A lot of them. They started to use really good sidings and tiles.
Are most of them structurally sound to go through this type of upgrade and still stand for a good length of time?
Sometimes not. So for instance, across from my apartment, the blue one, I don't know if you've that one with me, right? Across from there, they're building some houses, but there's a house from the back, and they want to build more on top of it, but the foundation's not strong enough. So now what they've done is they've excavated it from the back under, so that they can build a whole new foundation under it before they start building up.
They need to, or else they're going. They didn't learn from what's the dude in Nigeria? Was it Nigeria?
Yeah, on the island, Koi, that
What happened?
built it.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, but the thing is, they had, I guess the city said he could build like a 3-story building.
Right.
But I guess he paid some people off and tried to build like a
Build
10-story
build
building
like
and it
a-
collapsed.
Yeah, a lot of people died in Nigeria.
Yeah.
See, and it's all in your foundation. And then, you know, a lot of places you can't build that high. So even your engineer is supposed to tell you if the soil is too soft for you to build high. You know, in some places, even they have a lot of rock. So, for instance, you were telling, I think about, who was telling me about Tubab Jalal? But in Tubab Jalal, you know, that whole area is solid rock. Under the ground, you dig a meter deep, and you're running into stone. So even in that area, they can't build tall buildings because it's not. You can't dig deep enough to put good foundations. You know, so that's something that an engineer, your construction company, is supposed to inform you on right at the time of building. Like, okay, this building, the deepest we can dig is this, which means the highest we can build is this. And don't go over that, or else you have that problem you talk about. For instance, our Pink Lake property, they built a foundation that was supposed to support 7 stories. So even though we're only building 3, later on down the line, if we want, we can throw 4 more stories.
Is there any land still available over there, or is it all pretty much gone?
What, Pink Lake? There's still land over there. But,
Still,
you know, the
price gone up.
Like plots of land.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still get plots of land. The only thing is if they full title land.
Okay.
A lot of the land, especially on the opposite side of the lake facing the ocean, you know, they sometimes have disputes. The area that it's in is owned by a specific tribe, you know, and so getting the official paperwork for those lands is a little difficult.
Okay.
You know, where we bought our property at is in the village behind it, so it's not in that area that kind of is, you know, disputable. But we do also have other people, members of ours, who come here and that own land there, and I haven't heard of them having any disputes. So, yes, it's hit or miss.
What are the plot sizes there?
150 to 300 square meters.
Was that the one that you had on the website for the Exodus or no? Yeah, okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
These are over at Lock Rose at Pink Lake.
I mean, were they the same size though, roughly?
Yes.
150 by.
Right. The ones that we have for the townhouse,
Right.
150 square meters, and the ones that we have for the estate was 300 square meters.
Gotcha.
So yeah, between those two. But
So, you know, because I'm confused because I don't know how to convert the meters to
square meters or square
to like acres or hectares or whatever. Because I'm used to a plot somebody saying a half of acre.
No, but none of it's nowhere near acres.
Right, but you know, even
It
the
might
average
be.
house in
Right.
America is going to be like a half an acre, a quarter acre,
Something like that.
quarter acre, half an acre.
I have no idea.
You know what that-
That's something you gotta Google. Though.
Google and check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know here, you know, to have a property that's an acre here is like impossible unless you way out in the bush by yourself.
Gotcha.
You know, to be able to have that large of a space. But most of the plots here, for the maximum size, is gonna be like 300 square meters.
Hey RJ, what building is this right here on your I guess that your left? This I love right here. What building is this?
Oh, this?
Uh-huh.
It's a hotel.
This hotel?
It's a hotel. It doesn't look like it's been open for a long time. I'm not even sure if it's in operation.
No, they added to it. Like,
They added something onto it?
yeah.
It just seems like it always looks really inhabited. Uninhabited. Hey, look, you know, you can come out here and build your businesses. You can bring your telecom company. You can bring your construction company. They've been doing that.
Right.
You know, and then what happened was, you know, depending on what the government is going through, that can change.
Yeah.
So for a while, where it might have just been French people, then, you know, Senegal is friendly with Turkey. You had a lot of Turkish investment.
Yeah.
Then Lebanon went through its, you know, crisis and war, so you had Lebanese immigrants, right? So depending on what's going on geopolitically in the world,
Right.
you got people moving around just trying to find somewhere different to get in where they fit in.
You think anything geopolitically is going to happen in America that will finally wake black people up as?
Man, that's already happening. That's happening right now. I mean, the geopolitical stress on America is right now.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to my guy the other day. He called me. You know, he's been saying he wanted to come here, but he called me the other day with the most urgency I ever heard. And he's like, you know, are y'all hearing about all this stuff over there? Like, you know, the government's doing this and this, and, you know, everybody's this, you know, pro this, anti that, you know, pro gun, anti gun, pro birth, life. So everybody's got something they fighting for.
Right.
And so he was talking about how that mental pressure is forcing him to want to just get out of there, get out of the vacuum. So I think that's happening right now. I mean, especially since COVID. Trump, you know, did it for a lot of people. The Black Lives Matter movement did it for a lot of people, right? So,
Do you foresee?
it's definitely started already.
Do you foresee it ever happening in droves, or do you think it's just going to kind of trickle in piece by piece, people from you know based on their situations?
To be honest, I hope it doesn't happen in droves. It's better as a gradual thing. You don't want, you know,
Some people coming here.
right, and you don't want 200,000 of nobody coming at one time.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like how they had to take those refugees from Afghanistan
Ukraine.
and from Ukraine. You know, that's not what you don't want to come like that. You want to come when you're ready, when you got your shit together. You don't want to come as like refugee. We're all flooding in. Somebody's got to take care of us. You know, that's too much. Come when you're ready. And if that happens gradually, then that's how it should happen. I don't think it should be all at once, and definitely not everybody.